Well, good evening and welcome to icenetwork.com's coverage of the 2013 Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships. We're at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm Mike Mancuso, joined by Tonia Kwiatkowski. And right now, this year's competition for the pairs will have 10 pairs. They'll be skating in 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4. On the ice right now for warm-up group number 1, we have Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig. A new pairing. Of course, Mark had paired up with Amanda Evora for so long. Tarah, Kayne, and Daniel O'Shea, and then, of course, Kiri, Baga, and Taylor Toth. Kiri, who you mentioned, will be skating later tonight also in the ladies short program as well. And Tonia, while we're watching these skaters take the ice here for the warm-up group, why don't we go through some of the elements that they'll be performing in the pair short program?
Well, their time of the short program is a 2-minute 50 seconds maximum. Any hand-to-hand lift takeoff for their lift, a double or triple twist lift, throw jump, double or a triple, a solo jump, double or a triple, solo spin combination with 1 change of foot, at least 1 change of position, and the change of foot must be made at the same time by both partners, and they're looking for a minimum of 5 revolutions on each foot. The backward outside death spiral is required this year, and a step sequence.
And those complete all the elements that we'll be looking for. And again, just 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So obviously a lot of things to jam into a very short amount of time. As the warm-up period for this first group is coming to an end. And so we will begin the championship pair short program with Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig. Today they'll be skating their short program to Beethoven's 5 Secrets, as performed by One Republic and the Piano Guys. They did have 2 Grand Prix assignments this past season. They finished 6th at the NHK Trophy and 7th at Skate
She's from
Canada.
the All-Year Figure Skating Club of Ontario, California, and he's from the Red River Valley Figure Skating Club of Moorhead, Minnesota. Please welcome to the ice Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig.
Program with their side-by-side triple sow cows. He hangs on, a little bit of a rough landing for him, but they completed it. Split triple twist, a little bit of a crash there as she came down. You know, and those are some things being a new pair team that they've, you know, Mark was so comfortable with Amanda after being together for so long, they've had to adjust some of their timings. But a gorgeous throw triple sow cow there. No problems. Unison on that combination spin. Starting their step sequence, mirroring each other. Remember, the technical panel and the judges are looking for the quality of edges and the turns that are completed in this step sequence. Difficult entry into the backward outside death spiral, him in a spread eagle position. And going into the back pivot. I think this team has a lot of potential. They have a very nice look and an ease about them while they skate. Be interesting to watch them over the next few years.
So a great start to the championship pairs event. That was Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig.
Looking at their triple sow cow side by side. Look, he's a little bit fighting for that landing, but hey, he hangs on and it's on one foot. They completed it. Going into the throw jump, look at the amount of height that she gets on this throw triple sow cow. No problem at all, very nicely landed, good control.
And now the scores for Lindsay Davis and Mark Ladwig. Their score for the short program, 51.65.
So it's a new personal best of a 51.65 for the short program of Davis and Ladwig, as we have just kicked off the pairs short program competition here in Omaha. Of course, the competition has been going on for the last 3 or 4 days with the novice and junior competitors here. All those champions have been crowned. And it's finally the time for the championship division to take to the ice. And a lot of people waiting around for that. Have been very excited. You could feel the excitement in the city, especially just even arriving at the airport here in Omaha. So our next pair to take the ice, Kayne and Daniel O'Shea, representing the Southwest Florida Figure Skating Club and the Skokie Valley Skating Club. Today they will be skating to selections from My Fair Lady. They come in as the Eastern Sectional Champions.
Opening with a triple twist. She had extremely fast rotation in the air on that. Very tight legs. It's a nice position. Side by side triple sow cow, beautifully done. Excellent timing between the two of them, and I liked how close they were as they did it. They didn't drift apart. Spiral into throw triple loop, and she's a little forward on the landing, but stays on one foot, hangs on. And sometimes it's so tough to come down from those throw jumps because the girls get so much height. A lot of control. I like to see her get down a little bit lower on that backward outside death spiral. Step sequence. I'd like to see this pair to maybe work a little bit more on quality of edges on these turns in the step sequence. They're completing the turns, but I think if they can make some of those edges a little bit more deep and sharp, it might add to their score.
Tara Kayne and Daniel O'Shea.
looking at the throw triple loop. She gets a lot of height. Watch how she bends forward at the landing here, but she hangs on, she stays on one foot. Going into the lift, you see the hand-to-hand hold. Do a press lift with a variation of position. You can see where the hold changes into the star position here. He keeps rotating continually while those changes are happening. Takes a lot of strength on both partners' part to make those lifts look as effortless as they do.
And now the scores for Tarah, Kayne, and Daniel O'Shea. Their score for the short program, 47.74. They currently are in second place.
So it's a 47.74 for the short program of Kayne and O'Shea. And that'll put them in second place through 2 pairs.
The fights are on ESPN2. Each week, top-ranked action from the...
She represents the Figure Skating Club of Bloomington, and from Bloomington, Minnesota, and he represents the DuPage Figure Skating Club of Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Please welcome to the ice, Kiri, Baga, and Taylor Toth.
And now our final pair in Group 1 of the Championship Pairs short program, Kiri Baga and Taylor Toth. And again, we mentioned Kiri will be performing later in the ladies short program, and kind of difficult sometimes when you have to perform 2 short programs and later on 2 free skates in the same day. But she said she feels okay with that. She's been training that way, and she's just been having a lot of fun learning these pairs elements. Today they'll be skating to My Sweet and Tender Beast.
Starting with the back outside death spiral. Notice on the twist, they just performed a double, so they just won't earn as many points as the teams that do the triple twist. And that may be something that, you know, as they skate together a little bit longer, that's something that will come in their repertoire. And having so much to learn in a short amount of time, this being her first time doing pairs, there's a lot to work on and learn. Side-by-side triple toe. Their choreographer Philip Mills earlier, and he really thinks this pair team has a lot of potential where they've come from in just a short amount of time, and basically told them that they're not allowed to break up, which you see so much of in the pairs. So hopefully they will stay together and keep getting stronger and growing as a team. Something with Kiri being a single skater, having to look at her partner and try to time thing with a partner is something that's going to grow and grow the longer that they skate together. Program with the throw triple, which will gain them some extra points. Throw triple Lux, beautiful, spot on.
It's Kiri Baga and Taylor Toth.
Going into the backward outside death spiral, she does this lift of the leg to give her some extra points. She gets down low, and I like the way her head is turned over that shoulder, opening it up. I think that's a little bit more difficult position to hold. Going into their side-by-side triple jump, triple toe. Reaching back, drawing up into the air, both completing it. I'd like to see them in the future work on getting a little bit closer together while performing that element, but again, that's something that will grow with time. You see on the right there is their choreographer, Philip Mills, and their coach, Jeremy Allen.
Hi, everyone watching at home, and love you all.
My mom, grandma, the Glasstresses.
Yes, the glass.
And now the scores for Kiri Baga and Taylor Toth. Their score for the short program, 48.13. They currently are in second place.
So a 48.13 for the short program of Baga and Toth, and that'll put them into second place through 3 pairs thus far here at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Mike Mancuso joined by Tonia Kwiatkowski. And
She represents the Skating Club of New York City, and he represents the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club of Newark, Delaware. Please welcome to the ice Felicia, Zhang, and Nathan Bartholomay.
And today they'll be skating their short program to the theme from Cocoon.
You heard their coach, Jim Peterson, say just another run through, like another day. I think that's important. You try to just picture yourself in your own practice rink. Nothing's different. And that's hard to do, but it just helps you relax and do your job and let the muscle memory kick in. Triple twist. She had a lot of height, tight position in the air. Felicia had a mild concussion back in November, right around the time of sectionals, and it kind of really paired out with the performance at sectionals enough to make it to qualify for nationals, but she said she's feeling good, and the doctors were just a little bit more careful with her to make sure she had no issues. Side-by-side triple toe. She put her hand down a little bit. With a throw triple flip. The pairs are really stepping up their quality of elements in this short program with the, you see the throw triple flip, throw triple lutz. Those are elements that you didn't see before in pairs, and they're completing them and they're beautiful. It's very exciting. Straight line step sequence. You know, I like the speed that they had as they covered the ice during that. You know, it's just fun to kind of sit back and watch them, and they had nice flow during that step sequence. Into their lift. After watching this pair last year at nationals, I think they've really grown at expression in the program. They just seem to be looking larger while they're out there, and their speed seems better.
that was Felicia Zhang and Nathan Bartholomay.
Going into the split triple twist. Look at how high he gets her into the air. And look at her tight air position. Very nicely done. Side-by-side triple toes. You'll notice she puts her right hand down. She's a little bit anxious to turn, a little tilt in the air, so she has to touch her hand on the ice at the end. He completes his beautifully. A little bit of a separation on that side-by-side triple, but that's something that they can continue to work on. But overall, a very solid performance for them.
And now the scores for Felicia Zhang and Nathan Bartholomay. Their scores for the short program, 53.19. They currently are in first place.
So a new personal best for the short program of Zhang and Bartholomay, a 53.19, and that'll move them into first place through 4 pairs.
She's from the DuPage Figure Skating Club of Buffalo Grove, Illinois. And he's from the Eastern Iowa Figure Skating Club of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Let's have a warm welcome for DeeDee Leng and Timothy LeDuc.
Next up, we have 19-year-old DeeDee Leng from the DuPage Figure Skating Club and 22-year-old Timothy LeDuc from the Eastern Iowa Figure Skating Club. Today they'll be skating to incantation, and they come into this competition as the Midwestern Sectional silver medalist.
Triple twist, a little bit of a crash, but I love the fact that they didn't set that up. They had a bunch of steps going into it, which makes that more difficult to do. Side-by-side triple toe loops coming up. Those were gorgeous, beautifully timed, very close together. And you know what, watching them on practice earlier today, it looked exactly the same in practice. Good for them. Fighting on the throw triple sow cow landing. Like her upper body got a little bit ahead of her feet in the air. And they completed the revolution, so that the points will be lost on the grade of execution from the judges because she didn't have a solid landing. What I do like about this team, they are really attacking this program, and they are out there and they are putting everything out on the ice for this performance. Step sequence. A lot of sub curves in this step sequence. It's a straight line step sequence, but some interesting positions. A lot of difficulty. And to get as many points as they can. This program with their back outside death spiral.
DeeDee Leng and Timothy LeDuc.
Look at the steps going into this split triple twist. Adding the difficulty. She's got a quick entry. Comes down a little bit hard on him, so there might be a little bit of a deduction for that. hand-to-hand lift. Look at her nice position. She's arching her back, stretching her legs. Go into the star position with the variation. Difficult entry with the kick over there. Throw triple sow cow. Her upper body gets a little bit ahead of her feet. You can see she opens up and her upper body gets forward because she couldn't hang on to it. Again, just minor mistakes. But I really, really like this team. I think this team can have some potential. I love the attack. I like the way they really fought for everything in this program. We talk about the elements. She's a former junior champion from 2009 for singles.
LeDuc.
So, you know, she's transferred over to the
Their
pairs
scores
and
for the short
having
program,
some success here.
50.84. They currently are in 3rd place.
So it's a 50.84 for the short program of DeeDee, Leng, and Timothy LeDuc. And that'll put them in 3rd place through 5 pairs.
They represent the Skating Club of Boston, Massachusetts. Let's have a warm welcome for Marissa Castelli and Scimeca.
And now the final pair in group number 2 of the championship pairs short program. It's Marissa Castelli and Scimeca, considered one of the favorites coming into the competition here in Omaha. Today they'll be skating their short program to music by the Brian Setzer Orchestra, Stray Cat Strut, and also by Henry Mancini, the Pink Panther.
Triple twist. That was so high. Just huge. Side by side triple sow cows. Hanging on. Side spin. Start off with good unison, got a little bit off there. Huge throw, triple sow cow. Beautifully done. You know, I think they're really taking command of the ice. They're attacking this program. See, they definitely have a lot more speed than the other pairs that we have seen skate already in this group. Lift, then going into a platter, and then this split variation. Almost finished with the back outside death spiral.
It's Marissa Castelli and Scimeca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marissa Castelli and Cidem-Shnapir.
Steps going into their split twist. Look at the height she gets in the air here. No problem at all for her to complete those 3 revolutions. Going into the spin, you see that they had really good unison starting this spin. They get a little bit off. It was interesting when he got off the ice, he said to his coach that they were jinxed on the spin for some reason, so I don't know what was said ahead of time, but get a little bit off right here. And the positions are a little bit different there, which is kind of odd. You would think that they would have the same position, so that may be something they have to look at in the future. Then they get back on with their unison nearing the end of the spin.
And now the scores for Marissa Castelli and Cidem-Shnapir. Their score for the short program, 62.27. They currently are in first place.
So despite a couple of issues there with their spin, still a 62.27, a new personal best for Castelli and Shnapir, and that'll easily move them into first place.
The fight.
Please welcome to the ice, Gretchen, Donlan, and Andrew Speroff.
So here they are to lead off group number 3, championship pairs short program. Gretchen Donlan and Andrew Speroff of the Skating Club of Boston.
She almost over-rotated that. She was so high in the air. A little bit of trouble there on the side-by-side triple toe loops. She really dropped his right side, unable to hang on. He fell on that in warm-up as well. So unable to get the feeling. On the unison there. They just seem just a tad off. They don't seem totally in sync with each other in this performance. Beautiful throw triple sow cow. It was so big it almost covered half the rink in the width. watching her positions in those lifts. She's got great strength and flexibility, so she really hits some beautiful positions, which look nice in the lifts as well as some other elements.
It's Gretchen, Donlan, and Andrew Speroff leading things off in Group 3 of the championship pairs short program.
Going into the side-by-side triple toe, watch how Andrew really drops his right side. He gets a big tilt in the air here, and he just can't hang on to the landing. And the throw triple Salchow. Look at how huge and how much ice she covers in this jump. It's beautiful. Nice lift here. Hand-to-hand hold. A little bit of a hard time catching their grab there, but they get into the press lift position. And then here's an example of the beautiful positions and the flexibility. Look at her arch of her back, toes pointed, good stretch. Just a very nice position. Finishing that lift. Nice. You know, and I like hearing, Bobby Martin saying, yeah, you had the mess up on the triple toe, but overall, you guys did a lot of great things. And that's, it's unfortunate to have that one miss because, yeah, you do lose the points, but everything else, they continued on and made everything else strong.
Their score for the short program, 49.81. They currently are in 5th place.
So after a 1-point deduction, it's a 49.81 for the short program of Donlan and Speroff, and that puts him in 5th place through 7 pairs.
She represents the DuPage Figure Skating Club of Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and he's from the Broadmoor Skating Club of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Please welcome to the ice Alexa Scimeca and Christopher Knierim.
Then next up, we have 21-year-old Alexa Scimeca and 25-year-old Chris Knierim. They'll be skating to Moonlight Sonata. And they've been skating together for less than a year as they teamed up in April of 2012. She formerly skated with Ivan Dimitrov, and he formerly skated with Andrea Popst. She finished 10th last year at Nationals. He finished 7th.
She was floating as she came down. Throw triple flip, a little bit of trouble on the landing. I almost think it was so big she was a little late getting her free leg out on the landing of that. Side-by-side triple Salchow. Different position there. Second half of that lift. sequence. Would like to see a little bit more edge quality at the end of that. They had some really nice edges at the beginning, and it kind of got a little bit flat at the end.
It's Scimeca and Knierim.
Split triple twist. She gets the height. Nice tight rotation. She looked like she was floating coming down. Their hand-to-hand held lift. She's got some different positions here. I like how she ends up really showing her flexibility here. Over to exit.
And now the scores for Scimeca and Knierim. Their score for the short program, 52.79. They currently are in third place.
So even with a 1-point deduction, it's a 52.79 for Scimeca and Knierim, and that'll put them in third place.
The FA Cup on ESPN.
From the Broadmoor Skating Club of Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Quick look at the standings right now. Your top three heading into this last pair, Castelli and Shnapir, who skated in group number 2, still atop our leaderboard.
And Brandon Frazier.
So now our final pair of the championship pairs short program, Haven Denney and Brandon Frazier will be skating to Malagueña. They took 4th at the Junior Grand Prix and finished 4th at the World Junior Championships a year ago.
And they come in as the 2012 U.S. Junior Champions, and you know, a skating family with Katie Denney's sister here. So you know, they've been working with John Zimmerman and Sylvia Fontana for about 4.5 months, and have strategized. She was injured when she first went to them, but their programs were finished, and I think the training's been a little bit different, but it's been working for them. And John said he seemed to think that they were on the right track for this championship. Beautiful split triple twist. Throw triple southpaw. Her legs in the air are so beautiful. They're so nice and tight and pointed. Gorgeous positions. Side by side attempt of the triple southpaw. He ended up doing a single. Good unison on that side-by-side spin. I'd like to see a little bit more speed at the end of the spin. It seemed to really slow down. Interesting position with a reverse lift. Interesting fact about this team is they skated together from 2005 to 2008 and then re-teamed again in May of 2011. So, you know, they were together, and as pair teams split up, they split up, but found their ways back to each other. I think it works for them. They've got a good look together on the ice.
Haven Denney and Brandon Frazier closing out Group 3 of the championship pairs short program.
Looking at the spin, look at their entry. Their unison is very good here with their camel positions. Down into the back sit. And in the upright position, switching at the same time. Pushing and getting the same amount of speed now. This sit spin really slows down at the end of the spin, but they get their required element number of rotations on each foot. Reverse lift position with her in it's like a tuck position here. Changing positions while he's balancing. She's balancing on just one arm, very difficult. Control coming out.
And now the scores for Haven Denney and Brandon Frazier. Their score for the short program, 52.48. They currently are in 4th place.
So a 52.48 for the short program of Denney and Frazier, and that'll put them in 4th place as we have reached the conclusion of the championship pairs short program. So that means your leaders, top leaderboard here, Marissa Castelli and Castelli-Shnapir, with a 62.27. And they're followed by Felicia, Zhang, and Nathan Bartholomay with that 53.19. Alexa Scimeca and Chris Knierim sitting in 3rd place after the short program. And of course, Haven Denney and Brandon Frazier, who we just saw, with Leng and LeDuc rounding out the top 6 here in Omaha.